Brother Michael, Auntie Jim, Sister Susan, Brother John, yeah, Mr. Michael, Phil and Don, open the door and let him in.
Someone's ringing a bell. Do me a favor, open the door and let him in.
Excellent. I can't wait to hear what he's going to do next over there.
That's what I'm going to do next.
It's great that you're involved in the conversation
Yeah,
now.
thank you very much.
Fantastic.
Thank you very much, man. That's what Elvis said.
That's right.
So we're blessed to have live music here all the time.
I know.
Every show we've got live music.
That's right.
You know, and that's fantastic. But like I saw an article this week that Ticketmaster is going to start enforcing COVID vaccinations to concert goers. So if somebody doesn't have any sort of validation that they have a COVID vaccine, then they're going to deny them entry into the venue. So how do you do that? Like what?
I saw that too. I heard that.
Right. Well, what do you do? How do you enforce something like that unless you're going to have like medical passports and or some sort of other tracking technology that they're going to start to use? Like how would that impact the music industry? You guys are musicians, not me.
Well,
like, what do you think
I'm thinking that you would have a concert. So, and a lot of people are going to get vaccinated anyway. So I guess you would opt in if you wanted to be a part of those concerts. But I think they should take it a step further. If that's going to be the route, why wouldn't we have that proof before we buy the ticket? You know, that would be the better route.
That's probably it. They probably have
Okay.
to associate that ticket with some health number that's associated with you.
Right.
And then if that health number validates, then you can go to the concert.
And that's going to open up counterfeit health numbers.
I certainly hope so,
where
because
we
I'm
could
not
just
getting a vaccine.
Right. We just buy it on the street like you do a driver's license.
I hope so. So how do you think this would affect you?
Well, you know, the other night on the gig, at the end of the gig, while I was sitting at the bar, this restaurant I work at, talking to the owner, they take everybody's temperature. At the
Right.
restaurant.
They're doing that to us
At
now.
the restaurant.
Yes.
That's insane. That's insane.
I never seen it at a restaurant. He says, yeah, we do it every night. He showed me. That's just something new.
When we perform out at the wineries, when I come in with my gear, I'm getting hit in the forehead.
Your third eye. That's, you know, your pineal gland. That's
exactly
problem.
it.
That's a very
Right,
You know, that's where all the God consciousness comes from.
Correct.
You know, I get uptight, and I'm going to tell you why. Because I have such a long walk from the car carrying my gear,
Right.
and I feel like I'm building up heat. Because I'm like, you got
to park closer, man.
and I feel like I'm going to give it a false positive.
Well, the thing is this, right? So why do I need to succumb to some sort of medical tyranny to go to a concert? Why does that have to happen? You brought it up just now that they're essentially shooting your third eye with an infrared ray to get your temperature. So what I usually do when somebody tries to do that to me, especially in New York City and Brooklyn, they do it everywhere, is I hold out my wrist. And usually they'll just zap your wrist.
Really?
Yeah. So that's a way around it. And it actually diminishes the power of the pineal gland when you get it zapped with an infrared ray.
Right,
Now, there was a story that came out earlier in the year that it was somebody that came that was doing one of these COVID vaccine test trials, right? And she said this is one of those bad side effects. She said they killed God. I can't feel God anymore.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, you're talking about removing or attempting to remove the connection to a higher source through a vaccine,
Through
right?
the vaccine or through the pineal gland from.
Both.
That's the God gland. That's
Correct.
The God,
That's the rope that connects you to the higher self, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're talking about a COVID vaccine that removes your connection to a higher source, whether that's God, Buddha, whatever you got, right?
Well, it's intuition, is what it is.
Intuition, sure.
Correct.
Sure. So
Vibration, intuition.
right, exactly.
Right, right.
So think about
Well
this.
said. Yeah. Yeah.
So think about this. What is music all about? Music is about frequency. Music is about allowing yourself to vibe with a certain frequency, right?
Right.
So music is extremely powerful. I mean, someone that's depressed, how many people have, both of you've all gone out to venues, you've all gotten up there on stage. How many times have you seen people just completely change as soon as you guys start playing a song?
Yeah.
It's a mood changer. It could be a depressing song. It could be a positive song. It could be a happy song. Whatever.
It's a
Well, yeah.
vibration.
It's a vibration.
And you know, the
Right.
vibration either is so subtle if you just tap your foot. That's
Right.
making what I'm doing is making your foot move
Right.
in a subtle way. The Buddhists. We spoke about this with used to have these big. What are they called?
Careful with that hand motion.
Huge,
Yeah.
huge.
Horns?
Like Trump horns.
Yeah,
that
right.
What that can move objects, and they don't know a lot about that in science now. But objects can move from vibrations, certain vibrations.
Right. So
They're
it's
studying that now.
correct. And they've actually found out, if you look at the bottom of a dragonfly's wing, they have cones, right?
Of course
So those
they do.
cones actually help it vibrate. Like, everybody knows this. Of course. Yeah, right. Of course.
James,
How could you not know about
I
this,
mean,
right?
come on.
Let me pull some obscure thing out of my ass
Pass
and
the
talk about
ketchup.
this,
Pass
right?
the ketchup.
So the point that I'm trying to get at is, don't you think it's ironic that with these vaccines, we already have people saying that they've removed God and their connection to a higher source, and the only way to feel a vibration, a positive vibration, through music, through lyrics, through tones, through beats, is by removing your connection to a higher source. Talk about something diabolical. People have been locked down for almost a year, and that little twerp Dr. Fauci is talking about being locked down all the way until 2023 now.
I heard, yeah, the virus is going to be around.
The virus
And
has always been around.
And
It's always
just
going to
because
be
you
around.
have we're not going to get the injection until July.
Minimum.
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 People, regular people. It's
So,
not,
so let's go
Right.
back to the music thing, though, right? So they're making people get a COVID vaccine to remove that connection to a higher source, to remove that frequency from
well,
a
I
higher
agree
source.
with it, depending on how they define God. I think a lot of people could use
Well, it
that.
doesn't
now
matter. I mean,
that's-
God
that's-
is interchangeable,
This
right?
is
it
this
could be
is
Yeshua. It could be Hashem.
this
whatever
is
you want.
Ticketmaster.
Ticketmaster is floating this idea.
Right.
So how would you guys? So you already said, as long as I get the music, I don't care. I'll get the vaccine.
No, I don't. I'm not down for the vaccine at all. I don't want the vaccine.
Okay.
I want to hold out for quite a while and see what's happening with the whole
That's
procedure.
smart, man.
Okay. So your opinion is more of a wait and see kind of thing.
Absolutely.
Okay. And what's your opinion?
Oh, I wouldn't get the vaccine.
At
I don't
all,
believe in
ever?
Vaccine, probably not ever. But if your immune system is strong and you don't have any prior health risks,
Unless we're being mandated by the government.
Well,
And
that's the
a whole-
point.
I mean, this is just for a concert, which I can opt out of.
Right. Well, that's the point.
when you were getting tested in the wineries this summer when you were working, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, they didn't test me when I was working out there, but nobody tested me out there. Just the other night was the first time I got.
Yeah, they thought you were coming in to clean the kitchen.
I was.
So okay. So as musicians, do either of you think you have the clout as a musician to push back against the ticket company to say, you know what, this is against my morals?
I think you'll get a big pushback on a lot of musicians because they're the ones creating the product.
Right.
The concert is based on them, and I think you'll get a lot of pushback.
From the musician.
Absolutely.
And what do you think that'll look like?
It'll look like them telling this Ticketmaster to go fuck themselves. Look at the movements, the quiet movements we had with Aerosmith and Pearl Jam back in the day with the gouging of ticket prices, right? They stood up and mandated that the tickets, the prices come down, right? They had a big say in that.
Right.
And it was effective, very effective.
So, Oh, I guess that's the outro music. So, so I think.
Okay.
So I think I agree with you about some people some musicians that actually have a moral compass.
Oh yeah.
But I think a lot of these other musicians, they don't care. And a lot of concert goers, they don't care either, because they're only going to see, like, I've been locked down for a year. What do I care? I'm just going to get the vaccine, shut everybody up so I can live my life again.
Right.
And I don't think that's the right way to go.
I agree. I think what you're saying is true. They're saying, look, let me just get it over with
Exactly.
and get out there again.
Exactly.
And that's probably the impetus that they're hoping for.
Exactly. That's it.
They're saying, look,
That's it.
shut them down long enough so they'll just run out and do what we want them to do.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. So
Because
this
at that
is what
point they'll
I'm
be willing to.
Right.
More than willing. Yeah,
Exactly.
I see it.
So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to charge both of you people with
Yep.
standing up to the corporations so that I don't have to get a vaccine. And if I have to get a vaccine to go to a concert, I'm holding both of you responsible for my health.
Good.
Good.
Alex,